Boris Johnson and Angela Merkel have discussed ways to bypass the Irish border backstop, a development sure to infuriate an increasingly frustrated Jean-Claude Juncker. Mr. Johnson told the German Chancellor he would work with energy and determination to reach a Brexit agreement and will discuss it at a meeting of the United Nations next week, his spokesman said. The Prime Minister's spokesman said, the Prime Minister reiterated that the UK and the EU have agreed to accelerate efforts to reach a deal without the backstop, which the UK Parliament could support, and that we would work with energy and determination to achieve this ahead of Brexit on the 31st of October. Yesterday, Mr. Juncker's commission said it was the UK's responsibility to bring forward legally operational solutions to the Brexit impasse. In a statement issued after Mr. Juncker's working lunch with Mr. Johnson at Le Bouquet Garni restaurant in Luxembourg, the Commission said such proposals have not yet been made. Mr. Johnson has nonetheless issued a series of relentlessly cheery statements, optimistically claiming the UK and the EU are getting closer and closer to a deal. This is despite Commission officials bemoaning the lack of written proposals received from Downing Street. Today, Mr. Johnson also updated the cabinet on the Brexit talks following his meeting with Mr. Juncker. The Prime Minister told his ministers that he continues to believe there is a deal to be done with the EU, a Downing Street spokesperson said. However, he added at the same time no deal planning must also continue at pace, including through the ongoing Get Ready public information campaign. Mr. Johnson was sensationally empty-chaired during a partial press conference in Luxembourg yesterday. Mr. Bettel infuriated many after going ahead with a press conference alongside an empty podium where Mr. Johnson had been supposed to be addressing the media. Amid chaotic scenes outside Luxembourg's Ministry of State, Mr. Johnson walked out complaining a noisy anti-Brexit demonstration made it impossible to go ahead. To cheers from the crowd, Mr. Bettel then mounted an emotional onslaught, complaining the future of citizens across the EU was being held hostage for party political gains. British officials were said to have asked for the press conference to have been moved inside, only to be told there was insufficient space to accommodate all the journalists present.